Hey there, this is Eric Neighbour for Vancouver Drop, formerly known as Gunther's Gardens. Gunther says hi. He's in a undisclosed tropical location. I could clearly hear the sound of ice in a glass when I called yesterday. Didn't want to talk much, got off the phone as quick as he could. But before he did, he asked me to say to you, be the worm. I'm up high up at one of my favorite locations, the roof of my home in Vancouver's West End. We're next to Stanley Park. This big forest behind me is a 1,000-acre forest called Stanley Park. Beautiful park. But before I talk about that, I just want to talk about the moment we're collectively in right now. Today is January 21st. Yesterday was the inauguration of the new leader south of our border, which fills me with a mixture of dread and fear and fascination. I can't look away, and I guess I feel like I'm way up in this corner of North America, hiding my head, hoping things go all right and nothing comes this way. Kind of like they did in France. I also feel like the people of Eastern China, who are currently having an ice sculpting competition in a city called Harbin, I believe it's called Harbin. I'll put that up on the screen. They're having an ice sculpting competition, and one of the winners is this fascinating concept, which kind of captures how I feel and obviously how they feel, and probably many, many others do too. So yeah, on that note of fear and dread and fascination, let's talk about the real matter at hand, the antidote to all of this, and that is beavers. We live in a big city, couple million people, and somehow in my backyard beavers have moved in. There's a beaver lodge and a dam right down there, and we're gonna go explore it in a minute. Not by accident, actually. These beavers were invited. So let's go take a look closer, and well, let me show you first this lake behind me. This lake is called Lost Lagoon, and Lost Lagoon is a couple kilometers around. Takes about half an hour to walk. I often walk it when I'm feeling restless with my partner. We go around there, and it's beautiful on the other side. As you can see, it's a great place to sit in the sun in the middle of winter and just soak up vitamin D. Behind that is all of Stanley Park. On the way to Lost Lagoon is a fabulous institution called Pooh Corner. And Pooh Corner is a daycare right inside Stanley Park. You can see someone picking up their kid right there. Our daughter is a alumni of Pooh Corner. Spent 18 months in this building, and it was one of the best socializing experiences she ever had, I think. And in front of Pooh Corner, now Winnie the Pooh, he lived in a 100-acre wood, and these kids get to live in a 1,000-acre wood with a small lake right on their front door. Nice, hey? Little bamboo bridge there. Some kids playing. But here we are at Lost Lagoon, which is partially frozen over. It does freeze over sometimes. People can skate on it occasionally, not this year. We've got a nice sign warning people ice is unsafe. Nice graphic. Danger! Alright, let's go look for beavers. I'm at the well hidden and clearly underfunded Lost Lagoon Nature House, where I did speak to some park rangers who would not speak on camera, but did inform me of some really good detailed information. The wetlands across the way that we were looking at yesterday have a lodge hidden in there. And there's a second lodge that has been built at the other end of the lake. Well, through the bulrushes, you can see the city behind Lost Lagoon, and to my left there is a major road, almost a highway, that goes right through the center of Stanley Park and over the Lionsgate Bridge to the North Shore. But right here in this marsh that has been created quite recently are the first signs of a beaver doing the work that a beaver does. Right here we got some chips down, some teeth marks here. This is obviously a young tree that's been taken down, and another one right next to it. Fresh wood chips, and look at those teeth marks, huh? Aren't they awesome? I think the beaver is cutting these trees down and hauling them along this very shallow, mucky channel toward the dam and the lodge. Now, those are two separate things. The lodge is where he lives, and the dam is what he builds to control, or she builds to control, the amount of water in this area, I think. Look at the action here. Now, for those of you who don't come from Canada, beaver is probably a pretty exotic thing, but for us, they're super common. Like, there must be more than 1 million beavers in Canada. I'm gonna find an estimate for you. They're very common, but certainly not in a big urban area. That's unusual. Many trees have been surrounded by fencing like this to prevent them from getting chewed on. You'd think they wouldn't be interested in something this big, but I guess they are. And I believe coming up there is a sign explaining this project. A few years ago they rewilded Lost Lagoon and introduced this giant marsh with these lookout platforms here, and we often see great blue heron in here nesting. And I guess this is part of the wilding project to invite a beaver family to move in and start controlling what happens in Lost Lagoon. I've been down 100 paths that look like beaver highways, but so far no evidence of a lodge. They're very well hidden. We've got his cousin who's following me. Must be hungry. Hi. How you doing? You good? Where's your cousin? Huh? Can you show me where your beaver cousin is? Hi. Aren't you pretty? Yeah. There is something that looked a bit like a lodge here. Definitely a tangle of brush, but I don't think it falls into the category of lodge. It's probably hidden in these bulrushes somewhere. I'm very close and don't even see it. This inlet at the south end of Lost Lagoon runs through a small creek out to the ocean. The creek continues along this path and under this big stone bridge, where I am told by the people from the nature hut that the beavers are often spotted under this bridge at dawn and dusk. And their lodge is nearby, maybe on that little island. That's a little messy to get to here. But further down the creek towards the ocean, there's an interesting sight. We have a secondary bridge that's been completely flooded out. First of all, check out this end of the bridge. Oops. And we've had, as you can tell, gorgeous sunny weather for the last 3 weeks. And that's the thing about January in Vancouver. November and December are hideous months here, but January, half the time it's fantastic. While the rest of the continent is deeply frozen, Vancouver can enjoy some nice warm weather. So you can see the elevation difference between the two bodies of water here. Here's the bottom of the dam, and as we pan over, we can actually climb right onto the dam. It's pretty solid. You can see the water is a much higher level up here than it is down there. This is the direction of Second Beach. You can tell this area is totally flooded out. That pedestrian path over there is often completely unpassable, even though it's a good 18 inches above the rest. We've just had dry weather, so the water has subsided. This was just kind of a wasted grassland before, and now it's become a wetlands marsh, and very beautiful. Yes, I want to talk about beavers.
Beavers are fascinating.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you like to know about them?
Well, I got a couple questions about them for you. First of all, can you tell me approximately how many beavers, this is an estimate, how many beavers are in North America?
Estimates suggest there are about 15 million beavers in North America. This is quite a recovery from earlier estimates of 60 to 400 million before European settlement.
Fox, are you there? Hey, Fox. Are you there? Can you tell me why beavers' teeth are so orange?
Beavers' teeth appear orange because of the iron-rich enamel. This iron makes their teeth incredibly strong, perfect for gnawing through wood.
Okay. Iron in the teeth, is it? Well,
Yeah.
I think that's it for now, Fox. Thanks for chatting.
You're welcome. It was great chatting with you. Have a fantastic day.
We came back to the habitat at dusk, but saw no beavers. On that note, we'll see you next time.